Are you tired of losing gunfights in Valorant, wondering why your aim training just isn't enough? Well, here's the truth. Ranking up isn't just about clicking heads, it's about playing smarter, stacking every advantage in your favor. If you keep taking fights and losing, it's time to switch things up because I'm going to break down exactly what you need to do to start winning more duels and climbing into the higher ranks faster than ever. So, I want you to just think about this. You and your opponent both have the exact same guns, know exactly where each other is, and neither of you have a utility advantage. What happens? It's a 50-50 coin flip. There's a 50% chance of you losing, and that's not the way that you want to play. Instead, you want to make every fight unfair in your favor. So before you take a duel, ask yourself, do I have the advantage here? Did I or my team flash, stun, or tag the opponent? If not, why am I fighting? If you're not using your utility before you fight, you're making the game harder for yourself. Even something as simple as asking your breach to stun the site or Sova to drone or use his arrow can turn the fight from a 50-50 into a guaranteed win. And if you're defending and want an extra edge, hold an off angle. Most players pre-aim common spots, but if you're standing slightly off from where they expect, it gives you the advantage on having the first shot every single time. Something that I see in my comments that a lot of players have an issue with is Pika's advantage. Most players think that peeking is always better, but that's not true. Yes, Pika's advantage exists, but it only works when used properly. If you have an angle advantage, like you're holding a tight angle, why are you peeking? Let the enemy walk into your crosshair instead. But if you're the one pushing, you need to peek properly. Don't just wide swing and hope that you react before them. Pre-aim before you peek and make sure you're clearing angles effectively. And the trick to making sure you're moving as fast as possible is when you peek, only use one movement key. This way, you're maximizing your peeker's advantage to catch the opponent off guard. The third thing that's important is making sure you're mastering your movement and your strafing. To put it simply, every time you shoot, strafe. Shoot, move left. Shoot, move right. This does two things. First, it makes you harder to hit. Second, it gives you time to confirm your crosshair placement before firing. You should always be balancing movement and accuracy. Don't just stand still because you end up being a sitting duck and be so much easier to kill. But on the other hand, don't be moving so much because then your bullets become inaccurate. This isn't Call of Duty, you can't run and gun. Practice this in the range by turning on your shooting error indicator and keep practicing until your shots are 100% accurate while changing direction. The next thing I see a lot of players doing is just randomly flicking and shooting instantly. That's why they miss. The secret to landing more headshots isn't just fast aim, it's confirming that your aim is on the target. When you see an enemy, don't just flick and fire. Instead, add a tiny pause. This could be a couple of milliseconds where you see the opponent, flick to them, confirm your crosshair is on the head, then shoot. This tiny step makes a huge difference, and it can help you land way more headshots and make your aim feel 100 times more consistent. The next thing is making sure that when you take a fight, you're not fighting alone. Communicate with your team. If you're pushing onto site, tell the person behind you, look, I'm pushing onto site. If I die, I don't care. Guarantee the trade. Make sure you get that kill so we can get onto site. To put it simply, you take a duel, and even if you lose, your teammate is right behind you, ready to clean up the kill. It's no longer a 50-50, it's a 90-10. On the attacker's side, this is extremely important because there's usually only one or two players holding onto a site, creating an unfair advantage for your team to plant the spike and hold off any retake. Always make sure that your teammates are close enough to trade, and if you're the one that's trading, make sure to look where your team is. They might not communicate that they're pushing onto site, but make sure to be aware and react to what your teammate is doing. The moment your teammate dies, swing and secure the kill. But winning gunfights isn't just about mechanics, it's about understanding the game. Pay attention to your opponent's economy, and 90% of the time you're able to predict exactly how they will play. If they're broke, they're most likely going to be using short-ranged weapons like judges or specters. So don't push tight angles, don't play close fights. Instead, force them into the long-range fights. But if they're rich, expect them to be holding an operator on long angles. Don't dry peek them, make sure to use your utility or find another way to approach the site. One of the most important things about playing around the economy is don't throw your bonus round. Just because you have specters doesn't mean you should be like, okay, that's it guys, we might as well give him the round, it's free anyway. Instead, take risks, push aggressively, play unexpected positions, and make those weaker weapons work in your favor. So, how do we actually get better at all these things that I've just mentioned? Is by training smarter. Before even jumping into a match, warming up properly can make all the difference. Start by stretching your hands and wrists to improve flexibility and prevent any fatigue. Simple wrist rotations, arm stretches will help keep your movement smooth. Now, head into the range, select ISO, shoot the practice button to spawn all the bots, then jump onto the ledge, activate your double tap and start shooting the targets. After every kill, flick between the target and the ISO orb that spawns above him. This forces you to adjust your crosshair both horizontally and vertically, helping you to refine your aim control. Do this for a few minutes before moving on. Next, set the bot difficulty to easy or medium. Shoot the start button and then get back onto the ledge to be able to force more micro adjustments in your crosshair placement. Play one round with the Sheriff and then another with the Vandal. This is a great way for sharpening your position and perfecting your headshot accuracy. For movement training, select Deadlock and ult 2 bots and then despawn them. Go to the center of the range to practice strafing while shooting. Alternate between long strafes and shorter stutter strafes to develop movement fluidity, accuracy under pressure, and to improve your reaction speeds to when you see one of the 2 bots spawn. If you miss a shot, don't worry, take a couple of seconds, reset, and continue. The consistency will come with time. Once you're feeling all warmed up, hop into a deathmatch, and this is where you're going to apply everything that we've just practiced against real players. Focus on landing headshots and keeping your movement clean. Don't even worry about trying to get the most kills and winning the deathmatch. Play 1 or 2 games to solidify your muscle memory and reaction speeds before heading into ranked. This warm-up is short, effective, and ensures that you're fully prepared before jumping into a competitive match. Give it a try and stay consistent with it. You'll see noticeable improvements in your aim and overall performance. So finally, once you bring this all into rank, you'll stop focusing on winning the game. You'll focus on what's the best way to play each round and how to secure it. And a byproduct of this is that you'll naturally win more games and climbing ranks faster than ever. Winning more gunfights isn't just about aim, it's about playing smarter. Use your utility, moving properly, and taking fights on your terms. If you want to climb, start thinking like a higher elo player. Stop taking these 50-50 gunfights, start playing for the trades, and make sure every fight is in your favor. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe. I might see you later. It's been your boy, Okami. Peace.